Here we go. All right. I'd like to thank all of you for showing up to our last hospitality teachers meeting of 2020. We can't wait for 2021 to be here to start the new year fresh. This meeting, we're going to be basically celebrating the year with whatever celebrations we could think of. You know, if we want to focus on the positives of the accomplishments we did this year. And I thank you all for coming. I'd like to note that I made a mistake, and the Zoom registrations was scheduled for. It said it was supposed to be next week, but it's actually today, so I just caught that. So thank you for arriving and ignoring that message. But I'd like to start off with like how just anybody, how did your year end for you, and what was your biggest accomplishment of the year? Bonnie, do you want to start with your mice story?
Yeah, well, yeah, the mice story where I keep going in and checking on the mouse trap. I had 3 dead ones in the mouse trap. At least has a clear top and stuff, so I can see the jar of peanut butter that the custodians put in, and I can see how many are in there. And I did, I organized my spices. I washed off the spice rack and stuff that the spice shelf that I have, shelves, and everything's really clean on the shelves, and the new ones have kind of stayed on the ground. So I it looks pretty good in my storage room right now, as long as I can control the rest of them getting in there. But no, what I think, I've learned so many different things. One is how to do YouTube videos, how to require that the kids watch them before they come to class. So, and the other thing is sometimes I'd have a substitute and it's like, oh, I really need to demonstrate today, but I have to have a substitute. Now with the YouTube videos where I demonstrate how to do things, I can show that ahead of time. If I had a substitute, I feel I can be sick. That's something that, you just don't get to be in school is sick. And doing something like that and putting things online and looking at things in a different way than, well, I've got to run the copies. I found out that I can copy hard copies from home, and I would spend hours, waiting in line and copying things at school. And I can, I have a hookup where I can make if I do physical copies, I can do it at home, because I had a para working with a special ed student, and she said, well, can't you just copy? And I thought, I didn't know I could. And so these are little things that will erase the task when I'm in school, so that I can actually work with the students. But the one-on-one chance that we had, because I only had 25% of the kids there every day, that was kind of neat to break down the labs so that everybody had to do their own work. You really found out how many kids. Now I teach at the high school, 9 through 12, and stuff. I don't know if I know that we've had some different college teachers and stuff, but I have a very racially mixed community, and I mean, down to really finding out who knows how to actually wash dishes themselves and who doesn't. It has been it's been a real, I mean, you just kind of, when you have a group of 4 or 5, somebody's going to end up washing the dishes and drying the dishes and putting them away. But now everybody had to do their own everything. And it has been kind of a joy just to be able to work on one-on-one and really feel like you have a chance to teach each individual student instead of 30 students at the same time. It's kind of been nice.
Well, that's great, and I'm glad that we have these meetings so that we could share these stories and things. But yeah, I mean, that just totally like brings to light the silver lining and all this is that it thrusts you into this digital age, regardless of your comfort level. Where before, like you would hear about these things, like oh make a YouTube video, but you never had the time or the resources or the need for it. But now you have that skill that's going to carry over to all the for teaching for the future, and use those digital resources as a way to make your life a lot easier. Because I mean, I can't tell you probably how many times that you probably said to yourself, oh, maybe I could do this someday, but you never get
Yeah.
around to it. And
But also the benefit of being able to meet, people like, I mean, you, for example, being able to talk with you, kind of a one-on-one, and, you're kind of a rock star. So it's neat to be able to, be on a Zoom call with somebody like you, and just kind of feel like you're just a normal person that really has a lot of talent.
oh, thanks. That warms my heart. And no, I'm a totally normal person. I don't think of myself as a rock star. There's plenty of other people who deserve that title. But thank you, Bonnie. I never think about that. I'm stuck in my hole, working away. But I appreciate you saying that. Thanks. And I'm glad I could share my knowledge and wisdom to you all to help out through the situation. So thank you. Um, I also did want to highlight that it was it's your statement about like how the students about washing dishes. The students who can't just duck over and slack off now, or have their own personal responsibilities that they have to fulfill. So even though we're dealing with like engagement issues and students like not being available or checking out, that's another silver lining that we really don't think about, um, or have ever experienced, is that that this individual accountability has kind of been thrust, uh, and made very apparent. So that's another interesting observation I haven't really heard about before too. So thanks for sharing that.
And the other thing, you don't have to worry about garlic breath. You can eat whatever you want, and your mask is face. It's awesome. I can eat whatever I want, except for me. Put a mint under the mask.
Only
Okay.
you smell it.
All right. So garlic is the is totally in now. I love garlic myself, and sometimes I have to stay away from some really strong Italian foods that I cook up, because you don't want to be around me for a few days after that. Comes out of your pores.
That's right.
Cool. That's definitely a silver lining, that a positive that we think about. Thank you, Bonnie. Anyone else like to share some things that that challenges that they overcame, such as her Bonnie's mice that she's going to get rid of for 2021, and some silver linings that you learned from this year?
I would
Okay,
say
Valerie.
mine might be a little different, but I've been trying to find just like engaging ways to get kids excited about different industries, and show them different career paths. And I was talking to one of our wonderful teachers, Wendy Bennett, and she is a culinary arts teacher here in our district, and she was saying that there was a huge need to showcase to students that there's so many different careers in hospitality. Why can't I talk today? Hospitality and culinary, and that students could do anything. They could drive trucks, doing food distribution um, to different local companies, or they could be a chef, or a food blogger, or a food photographer, or like so many different things that they don't necessarily think about. And how do we highlight those things and really showcase them as opportunities? And so we've been doing some really cool little videos. Um, I've like touring through different companies and seeing just kind of a day in the life of different people. And it's just been super cool and engaging. And the videos are like 2 minutes, so they're just really short and fast paced, and I think palatable. And so that's been just like a huge one. So.
Well, that's great. And like, let me remind everyone, Valerie comes from a different perspective. So she's at I don't even want to say administrative level. You're at a um,
I have a weird position. Yeah, a unique position, I guess, or a great position. But I work for the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce, and then I have a special contract with the school district where I'm on site full time. And I help get industry into the classroom to do hands-on demonstrations and take students out to different companies to tour or different college campuses. And so I kind of put on big events like mock interviews or resume reviews or things like that, where we're engaging students. And a lot of it's really fun and hands-on. So yeah, it's just difficult during this time, which I'm sure you're all experiencing way more than me, but to try to get them engaged and do something fun. So yeah, that's kind of the background that I come from. But it's been challenging, but also great to see like the innovations coming out of this time and what will carry on.
And I think that the most unique thing is that you create that linkage between, the academics or the schools and then the industry, and you see a, a, a broader perspective of how things function. We got the teachers who are in the trenches, and we got these businesses who are in their own little bubbles, and you kind of like are trying to create these like unique pathways to make things relevant for the business people and the educators and the students. So you're like you're like a um, I can't think of the proper terminology for that type of um,
Yeah, I guess the
pathway
best
generator.
technology is like the actual role itself, which is business liaison, which is like totally what it is,
Mhm.
going between education and business and trying to figure out the needs. But it's been really cool, to talk to different industry professionals and show them that coming in and training kids for a half an hour um, and teaching them a skill or like tips and tricks of the trade or anything like that that can help them. And then also it's great for the students because then they get that immediate feedback from industry, right? And sometimes it's reinforcing things that teachers have been saying all year, but then for some reason the kids act like it's the first time they're hearing it. So so it's just like a cool opportunity to bridge that gap and get everybody together and on the same page and learning. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's wonderful, and I think that you sharing this here, gives the teachers who are here and also those who are watching will be watching the video, the sense that these things do interconnect. And actually, it's very unique because I don't really see that your position replicated in any other state actually, where the Chamber of Commerce has a, basically a job description like yours to focus on that. I mean, there's a lot of people at the DOE who who manage a lot of things, but not on the Chamber of Commerce side. So I think every state should have a job position like what you have there. Maybe that could be our mission for 2021.
Yeah. It would be
What state are you from?
I'm in Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's a unique model. I work for the Career Technical Education Center, CTEC. It's in Salem, Oregon. And there's three of us with my position there. And I have a unique position where I just started going out and working for multiple different career technical education programs throughout the district. And so I'll be able to hopefully connect and weave a lot more industry partners and teachers together and help with sharing curriculum or best practices or videos from different industry partners who have spoken someone else's class. And so I'm excited for those types of opportunities.
Yeah, very cool.
Valerie, is your
Good.
I was just going to ask if Valerie's email was available. I'm far northern California, so I'm not that far from you. But if we were to do anything, it's 2 hours to go to Reno, Nevada. It's 2.5 hours to go to Chico, California. It's 3 hours almost to go to Sacramento to go have that kind of experience because we're so small in our General Mountain area. So we don't have that, but I'm in the career technical education part of the county. So I teach other things besides culinary, but it all has to do with customer service, hospitality, all of it fits together, leadership classes, doing career discoveries for junior high and stuff like that. But the videos and the opportunity to see stuff that they wouldn't see, that's where we struggle. And I do a lot of YouTube, but it's not that.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to try to weave all of it together. I am kind of pitching right now something that's kind of unique and kind of outside of the box, but and it hasn't been approved yet. So wish me luck and maybe push it in your states too. But I think what would be really cool is I saw this one video and I can share it after everyone's done sharing if you'd like, but this one video where it's got a general manager and he's gets out of his vehicle and he's met by concierge and and it pops up like concierge, like how much they make, what kind of skills they need in their career progression, right? And then they're walking into the building and they say hi and there's guest services there and it says guest services, this much income, these skills, this career progression, right? And you just walk throughout the facility, but you get to see like event planning, a chef, marketing department, accounting, just so many different things within the realm of culinary, hospitality, and kind of tying and weaving all of that stuff together. And I think that if we were able to do some videos like that, I think it would be really cool to do for each of the different programs and for students to be able to see that they're, if maybe they love certain pieces and they're wanting to be challenged, or maybe they're drawn a little bit more towards something else and they're trying to figure out how to combine their two passions, that they could see themselves somewhere in those videos. And so yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on behind the scenes right now, but I think it would be really fun. I can
Good luck.
thank you. Yeah. I can show you after everyone's done sharing one video that kind of does that same thing, that I was talking about. And that's kind of what I would like to see for each CTE program. But I can show it to you guys if you'd like, and even maybe some of the videos that we've been doing more recently, that are those 2-minute videos, kind of showcasing different careers. So yeah, if you want to see those, then let me know and I'm happy to share.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that if people here want to see it, then I'd be happy to let you share your screen, and if you want to show it, we can do that here as part of today's discussion. Because yeah, we like to see new things. We like to, especially those ideas that will push forward some new, better processes and collaborate and create like even more collaborative events. And I think actually collaboration has been one of the biggest benefits that I've seen from all this lockdown, because for me before, collaboration usually only happens at like within the district or within a county, and even some cases within states. But even at that, it's very sparse. But now we're seeing collaborations across all borders, and people have been able to come up with some amazing things, like the whole Bitmoji thing that was started by Mike Erickson. I mean, that was just an idea. It's like, hey, let's just get together and share lesson plans using Bitmoji, and then now we got like hundreds and hundreds of lesson plans that teachers created. It's all because we all finally got off and said, hey, let's just collaborate and do something based on the need. and I think moving forward, there's going to be even more collaborative opportunities, because that's always proven to be the biggest benefit. But in the past, it was like, to be honest with you, I tried doing it 10 years ago. It's like pulling teeth, because we get into this whole rhythm and this whole um, 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 habit, and throwing another thing on our already full plate wasn't in the picture. But then all of a sudden, the plate disappeared, and then it's like, okay, we got all these things that we got to juggle, but now we're able to take on new ingredients to create new dishes and new masterpieces, because the plate's gone. Now we got to figure out how to build a whole new plate, but we're all building it together and picking up all the pieces. So that's kind of like my silver lining, what I've seen. Where before, when I created the KP, it was a collaboration of like a dozen chefs and people. But imagine if I had 100 people around the country to do this. So it wouldn't have taken 8 years. It would have taken 6 months to complete or to accomplish. But the different era. But yeah, that's what I like to see. So yeah, I like to see Valerie's thing. But Judy, did you want to share? I like to hear from Judy and Rachel here before we move into that tangent as well. So
Positive things were having hubs with different groups of students. Like I said, I do culinary. Since we've gotten smaller and things got down to 6 classes instead of 7, I had to put my 2 culinaries together this year. But I have leadership, and I have a restaurant management class. We were going to go ahead and run meals, to go, but they haven't let us do that yet. So I've gotten some new equipment, some shelving. I had to get a new coffee pot because it was leaking, so you'd have enough coffee going. But the hubs were fun because the kids at least got to see each other. We played music in the art room. We got to decorate the halls up with class signs above the lockers, even though they didn't get to use lockers. We decorated for Thanksgiving. We have a big glass case by the front door, and kids did that. We gathered leaves and stuff. So just having that camaraderie for a while. And then what happened was we got to actually come back and have classes. So more kids were coming. We're just getting settled into that when it got shut down again, like right before Thanksgiving. And tonight is a board meeting to decide what we're going to do when we come back. So it's been hectic, but positive on some notes. It's hectic trying to get the kids to do their Zooms, do their lessons, but positive when they get to see each other when we are back on campus, even if it's 4 kids in the room, they enjoy it.
yeah, and speaking to that, and actually I'm surprised that you were able to go back, because I knew that most of California was always under a lockdown of some sort, not letting people back. But I guess you were far enough away that
We had 3 weeks.
yeah, you had 3 weeks of
Yeah.
semi-normalcy. But yeah, speaking to that, I think one of the things that this really showed for students is how much they appreciate school, and actually being there and seeing their friends and whole order instead of chaos type of thing. So people appreciate school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely a positive there. So I really think that when we start next school year, with everything going on, that we'll be able to get back into in person after we get past this wave. So we'll hope that the holidays help keep things. I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rachel, yeah, and I see that Veronica has joined us. Thank you for joining us, Veronica. We're talking about positive things that we learned, challenges we overcame, and the silver lining of things. So we had some really great sharing from a few of us already. So if you want to go back and watch the video, it's recorded, but some really cool stuff that we learn about ourselves and our students. So Rachel, would you like to share? If not, then we could move on.
Sure, I'll talk.
All right, great.
Um, Actually, there's several things. I'm just going to tag on to Valerie because what you have is kind of similar to what we've got in our area. For Texas, we have a workforce commission, and was the second 6 weeks where they put on a WOW conference. That was the World of Work, and it was 3 days of short video clips of people in specific careers. There was like nursing, what are the steps for it? And they actually had real nurses. They had electricians, which I thought was a really interesting one. So we spent 3 days. I just kept it rolling in my classroom. And so I'd like to put you in touch with Texas as far as what's going on, what was really successful, because you kind of sound like kind of what we did the second 6 weeks with the World of Work. And since we were Google Classrooms and pretty much I went paperless, and that was my first big learning curve, and I love it. I didn't love it at the beginning, but I do now. And so we stayed open the whole time. There were 2 weeks that I personally went into quarantine, so I learned what the other side of it was like. And so anyway, I decided then my third part is we did something fun really for this week. I was ready for hands-on. And so we made it service project week. And we did things like the Monday we made gingerbread houses. So we really emphasized FCCLA. We needed leisure activities that involved you and your family, fun things, hands-on. And then we spent 2 days making tie blankets, no sewing. We made those for our local nursing home. And then we also did Career Connection, where I had some food innovation kiddos and we hadn't been cooking, but we made it work. And so they ran their projects through. So we really just concentrated on this being FCCLA mini week before we had to do finals Thursday and Friday. So anyway, I'm so excited to be part of the group. I think every 2 weeks has been awesome. I've learned a lot of things. So I'm ready for 2021.
Yeah, Rachel, that sounds so cool. I got to actually go and tour some World of Work schools in California. And it was so awesome to see the kids. They were ambassadors at really young ages in elementary, just walking us through the facility and explaining each of the activities that they were doing and their badges and what they stood for and what their strengths were and what kind of careers were available, and super cool. So I would love to learn more about that. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Actually, Rachel, you just dropped out for a second there, and you're back. I don't know if you heard Valerie's response. Maybe she's reconnecting. She dropped. We'll give her a second. Rachel, are you back?
I'm back.
Okay. So,
Yes, I did hear her kind of mixed comments there.
Oh,
yeah.
I was saying, Rachel, that I would love to be connected with what you guys are doing, or if it was recorded, that would be awesome to be able to showcase. I had the pleasure of seeing the World of Work program, when I was in California touring through this time last year for the ACTE conference. We went and visited 3 different schools down there and got to see what they were doing and how each of them had implemented different programs into their schools. And World of Work was one of those, and it was really cool.
Okay. I agree. It's pretty cool. And you're doing a great job where you are.
Same. You're doing great too. Would love to be able to share more resources and stuff. So that would be great.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. Networking and collaborating and going beyond our borders. I know. When I look at things, I look at a national scale. I see all these little pockets, but how do we connect everyone together? So Valerie, you're doing it at the state level. Texas is doing things at the state level, and then there's also national organizations, but they have their own agendas and ways that they do things. So we all can play all together in the same playground and make everything better. So this is great. So Valerie has shared her email address in the chat. So Rachel, if you can see that, it's there. Or it's simple enough. It's Valerie@salemchamber.org. So easy enough.
If she can just put it in the chat.
It's already there, but maybe you see it. Oh, well, you got logged out, so you lost it. So go ahead and type it again.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, when you got logged out, that wiped out your chat window. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, and now Veronica has it too. So since Veronica has just joined us, would you like to share your silver lining to 2020? Here, Veronica. And also keep in mind, if you have any questions, like during our last meeting, it was pretty much an open discussion, and people were typing questions in chat. And what I thought was going to be a 45-minute meeting turned out to be an hour and a half because people just kept bringing up stuff. It was a great discussion too. But if no one has questions, then it'll be a 45-minute chat or longer. Actually, we're doing pretty good so far. Veronica, I hear you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hello. I had trouble finding the mute because I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
My good computer's at school tonight. So I guess the positive lining this month is I feel a little more comfortable making the mini demonstration for my kids, working with the Google Classroom. I still have problems with it sometimes when I post things. The kids can't make copies or can't access it. So I'm learning a little bit more about that I have to put the assignments in a certain area, things like that. But so far it's been going much better. So I feel more positive even if we have to continue this plan into 2021, I'll feel a little better about it. And our students are coming every day right now, where in October and November they were not coming, but we have half the kids on Monday, half the kids on Tuesday. So, and then in January, we're going to have them 4 days a week and skip Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes. And then our new semester will start. The only thing is I was doing block schedule now, which I really like. And in the new semester, they decided to cancel block schedules. So I'll have 4 different preps in 5 hours again, but I guess that's not much I can do. So
that's a silly change.
Yeah.
Well, great. So going to 2021, we're going to be a lot more prepared for what the year will bring us. So that's a good silver lining there. And before you arrive, people here mentioned that learning new skills, doing things that you never had before, but then making your lives a lot easier, moving on beyond the lockdown scenario. So so that's always a good thing. All right, so with that, actually, I wanted to ask you guys, and I was toying with the idea, and I think I might do it. Is originally I wasn't going to have a meeting during break, but would you think that having it in 2 weeks on the 30th be a good idea? I mean, I don't know who's going to show up or not, but I know a lot of teachers who can't come because they're stuck in meetings all day, all week, with either administration or parents or students. That maybe having a one over break, but who wants to meet during break? I don't know. But what do you think? Should I maybe?
It's not like we're going on vacation.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Sit on the porch, right? If it's not snowing.
I'm gonna sit on your porch.
Yeah, my virtual porch.
Screensaver.
Yeah. Although it's a cool. Let's see here, 62 degrees out here in Phoenix, Arizona. So it's nice and chilly. Actually, no, it's actually pretty nice and warm out here. I like it. Yeah. So, so that's my thought is I think I'll just do it. And, if you can make it great, it'll be probably a lot less stressful because you're not in the middle of meetings and stuff. So, okay, I see you head nods. Good. All right. Well, so Valerie earlier shared that what she was doing over at the chamber, and I think everyone here wants to see what she's doing. So I'm going to give you the ability to share your screen so you can share what you're doing. It'd be pretty cool to kind of see how it goes. So Valerie, when you share your screen, make sure to check the box that says share your audio as well.
Yeah, perfect. I can
Yeah.
do that. So I'll share with you guys first some videos that me and one of my counterparts have been making, which are short, like video blog, like 2-minute, super palatable things about different companies and career paths. And then I'll show it too, if you're interested, the video I was talking about where I think it would be cool to show like multiple different careers in companies and salaries and things. So if you want, I can show that too. So I'll share this one. This one is from, let me see. Okay, let me see.
People around the world are experiencing unparalleled hurt and some of the toughest times. For 175 years, the IMB has shared God's love with 164 countries. Today, more than ever,
Whose sound is that? Okay. Okay. I'll play this. This is one of our industry partners, Salon 554. They've hired 4 or 5 of our alumni students from our cosmetology program, and they have like an in-house apprenticeship training program where they teach them different skills about how to operate their business, make money, gain clients, that sort of thing. So
I'm Sarah Brown. I'm the owner, and I work at Salon 554. I also do hair.
My name is Katie, and I am a stylist here at Salon 554.
What is all that over there?
This colorful thing, it is not makeup. I will tell you that. Everyone always asks if it's makeup, but it's technically called a dispensary. We call it our color bar. We mix all of our color here. We have our bleaches, toners, brunettes, all the fun stuff that makes your hair beautiful and pretty. I guess you could call it makeup for the hair.
Welcome to Makeup for the Hair.
I'm Blake. I'm a hairstylist here at Salon 554. I've been doing hair for 7 years. It is my favorite thing that I've ever done. It's no days the same. You get to meet so many cool people, and yeah, honestly, the connections you make makes everything worth it.
Literally, it is not work. And I think that's probably one of my favorite things about it. It's like hanging out with your friends and painting all day.
Yeah, all day.
And laughing.
It's the best.
What's up, Ellie?
Hi, my name is Ellie Starr. I've been here at Salon 554 for 3 years now. I did the C-Tech program for 2 years, and I started here right before I graduated.
Check out the Career Technical Education Center online for more information.
Do you have anything to say to the people?
Well, work at a salon like ours where you can be an associate, learn under someone like me, Katie, Marissa, and never stop learning. Always be hungry. Don't be afraid of being a hairdresser. I thought I was going to be scared because I'm very shy, but it's so much fun. I love it.
So that was one of the videos we did. We're doing our first one for culinary actually tomorrow. So I feel bad that I don't have one that's specific to, but hopefully soon we'll have some more. But
Next meeting.
yeah. Would you like me to show one more? It's for it's for a different trade.
Yeah, but before you do that, just a quick tip, and with showing video through Zoom, is to never do it full screen, because we get it at like 2 frames per second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So no, don't worry about it. I actually gave this like this little tip, like, well, I think it was 4 months ago when I told about. But one of the things you want to do is you want to make the window as small as possible. So there's like this mini player button or some sort of, like, just make the window smaller. It won't look as good, but it won't come out as like
grainy or oh, got it. Oh,
so
okay.
So
Okay.
that way we can see more motion, rather than like a few, so that's just a quick tip on
Thank you.
sharing any kind of video through screen sharing, is that you want to make the video as small as possible in your in the YouTube video. So, and they also have a mini player that you can even make it even smaller. So anyway, go ahead and do it, and then we'll see how it comes, because it never looks the same as you do it. That's and that's because of bandwidth issues.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll try this one, and then we'll see if maybe it's a little bit better.
Yeah. So not full screen.
Would this one be oh, here, mini player.
That one. Yeah, try the mini player.
Okay.
See if that makes it.
Stephanie Ross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, click on that first. So we just gotta look in the bottom right hand corner. So
Okay,
don't worry about it.
Okay.
Play.
Sorry, I didn't want the other stuff to be so distracting.
Okay.
I'm not dancing. Hi, my name's Stephanie Vasquez. I'm a journeyman union drywall finisher. So I usually work with Cascade Acoustics. And then I also have my own company, Envy Drywall, and just kind of do stuff when union work is slow. I'm gonna go through real quick and just kind of look for things like this and cut that out. And just to clean it up a little bit, slap some mud on here. Push it out. Try to get any little wrinkles you got. Stop the screws. Knock those little guys in. And then we'll run our joint here. It's hard work, but it's so much fun. The pay is great. Right now it's $40.23 or something like that you're making an hour. I mean, that's a lot of money that you can be, setting aside. I don't regret anything. It's been a lot of fun.
Stephanie, I want to thank you for just doing it. Getting out here, making it happen. I mean, it's inspirational to not only your children, but it's also inspirational to the future women that want to step into the industry. So yeah, thank you.
Interested in a career in the trades?
Okay.
Is that
Awesome.
better?
So it was better. So one other tip: make sure that your mouse is hovering over one of the other videos, just playing the thumbnail loop over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, I'll just have a lot of learning today.
That's okay. I mean, these are things that people don't think about, but I think about all the time.
Yeah.
But
No, that's great. Thank you.
so the mini player actually wasn't the thing I was thinking of. There was another one that actually lets you, if you can just resize the window so it's not full screen, then you could just do the. Actually, let me just show you how that is. But while I'm doing that, so you don't mind if I show you a little tech?
Oh, go right ahead.
Thank you. One of the things is that I wanted to ask is, like, these have pretty good production value. So do you have an in-house studio that does this, or is this volunteer driven? How are these videos produced by the chamber? I'm guessing it's funded by the chamber, so they have like
No, actually it's not. Yeah, but great questions. So one of my industry partners, Juan Cornell, he owns Free Agent PDX. He just started his own business, which is helping small business development is what he specializes in. So marketing, planning, anything like that, social media content. And so he sits on a lot of different boards for workforce development, and then that's also what I specialize in. And so we talked and we're trying to figure out good ways to showcase careers to students, but keep the videos short and sweet and the music fun and uplifting and upbeat, that they would actually want to watch the videos. And so he came up with this idea, and he's made a few different videos with different partners I've connected him with. And then the Salon 554, that was the first one that we did together. And then we're filming it 4 more places this week. We actually filmed one this morning. But it takes a couple of weeks for editing and everything, because you're right, he does a great job.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's actually just doing it on his cell phone. He just you know, switched his camera settings to 4K and 30 frames per second, and he's filming it on his phone and then editing it in iMovie.
Yeah, and I actually tell people use iMovie because it gets the job done. It's easy to use, and it looks pretty freaking amazing. You don't have to have like this super expensive and complicated editing suite, which is actually what I'm used to. So, but which requires a lot of hours of training and to do that. That's why I was gonna ask about, is because it looks like it has pretty good high production values, editing, cuts, and all these different splices. So I'm like, well, that's gonna take some time. It's great that you have someone like that available, but for the general masses, it's not. So I usually say, use the KISS principle, keep it simple, and don't worry about all the glitz and glamour of stuff. Just get the message out there. And
Absolutely.
if you produce it in a half an hour to 3 hours, then more power to you. But
yeah, I agree. That's something actually I was taking classes on before all of this started, and so I didn't get to finish, and I was really looking forward to it, because I think if I had the skills to be able to make some short videos when I'm popping in and out of classrooms and then in and out of different businesses, then I think it would be great to highlight certain aspects or great things that the teachers are doing in the classroom that they're not being recognized for, or just, some of those interactions and things. And so, yeah, so I was hoping to, slowly hone my skills in that as well. But
yeah, and it actually doesn't take too much to do that kind of stuff. Once you get going, then like I think what Bonnie was saying, like you know how to make YouTube videos, and you can probably crank them out like nothing now. It's like, but before you were like, oh, this is gonna take me a week, right? And now you could probably produce one in less than a few hours,
as long as they're shorter than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So once they get more than 15 minutes, then it gets complicated.
Oh yeah, exactly. But you always want to keep short videos. Like 7 minutes is the rule of thumb in any case. Break it into multiple smaller ones. It's always better that way. So let's go ahead. So let me show you what the difference is between the different ways to demonstrate. So this is like a standard YouTube screen. So if I play it right now.
Well, how fitting that it should come down to these two. Olive in her familiar black, 5 times the champion.
So it probably came through like pretty choppy, right? It wasn't the smoothest ish. So when I do, so you don't want to use any of these. Like Mini Player actually is all right, but that's actually not what I'm talking about. But if you just take your window and make it smaller. So right now I just took the window and made it smaller. So oh, come on, drag. No, not that window. Drag, shrink. Okay, nope, not that one. Hold on. Too many windows going on. Okay, so I take the window and I make it smaller to about, this is about a quarter the size of the regular screen. So it looks smaller now, right, to you?
Mm-hmm.
Or it probably still looks big, but it's smaller. Or is it smaller or bigger? I have to log into my own session to see. That's actually another tip, is that if you're doing a presentation, log in on your phone on the side so you're actually seeing what other people are seeing. That way you'd be like, oh gosh, this is terrible. I have to do that over again. And then I play it. Now probably it looks probably coming through a lot faster.
But also feel the tension.
Tail wagging.
And here it's in the crowd as we near the start of this final. And now they go, Olive away first, but a problem with Mabel's ball. That might cost her now, having to play catch up. Both settling quickly into rhythm. You can see the contrast.
So there we go. So that probably played through a lot better now, right?
Yeah.
That's
great. Okay.
So just not do a full screen, take that window and just make it a smaller portion of your screen. So, and then this is what happens when I make it full screen. And then if I play it again.
Styles. Mabel, heavy tail use. Happy to be alive. Everything's amazing. Olive more steady, wasting little energy. Very much of the old Labrador school eating.
There we go. So that's just a quick little tip on that. I could probably spend an hour giving tips on everything, but we're not here for that.
So all you did was press the square to.
No. Actually, what I did was I made it not full screen. So if I click on this button up here on the top right, which is like to make it not full screen, or I could just take the window and just drag it. It goes to whatever size I had before, and then I could also make it. I can make it whatever size I want, and it automatically adjusts. But most people think full screen is the best. But when you're doing videos or anything like that, you want to limit the amount of output. So if you think of it as like if you're putting like trying to pour 10 gallons of water through a tiny funnel, you're going to overflow the funnel. So all of this is going to spill out. So if you say, okay, I'm going to take this 10 gallon and I'm going to reduce it down to a 1 gallon, you're still going to get the same contents, but now you're only flowing 1 gallon of water through this funnel, and therefore you're not going to have as much spillover. And then the spillover is the loss of frames. So so you're only seeing like 2 frames a second because everything else is being spilled over and you can't see as much anymore. Whereas now I'm shrinking the window down, so I'm pouring less content through that funnel, which is the internet, and then now you can see more. So does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're sharing the screen with us, and you can just do it. You didn't do anything else except take the window and pull it down?
Yeah. So the other difference is when I'm sharing the screen on Zoom, I don't know if this is the case for other applications, is that you have the option to share your full screen, or you can share just a application or a window. So I chose just to share this window or this browser. So you could pick the browser, and then when you pick the browser, then you could do whatever you want with this. So if you're doing PowerPoint, you say, I only want to share PowerPoint. So if you pull up a web page, people can't see the web page because you're only sharing the PowerPoint application. So you could tell the Zoom what you want to share. So if I want to share like another YouTube page, well, I have this one already queued up. So right now you don't see it, but I have this the recording from a panel I did a month ago for HEAT, for the hospitality teachers in Texas. So right now you don't see it, but then I'm going to tell Zoom share this window instead, and then now you can see it. See that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm going to tell Zoom, let's go back to the cute doggy, the cute Labrador eating food. So because I told it to share a window instead of the full monitor, then I can manipulate it. There's some drawbacks to it, because if I'm switching between different applications, you can't see it because I'm telling it to do a specific thing. But but it's also a good thing, because if I wanted to pull up something, and let's say I want to drag it into this window, such as the culinary one, then I could add to it without other people being distracted by the other stuff happening. So let's see here. So I'm going to add that into this window. Wait, hold on. And I do it a certain way. There we go. Let's drag this into that window. I had to get it prepared properly. Takes a little practice. There we go. Oh wait, missed it. Sorry. Why did it not attach? Let's do this again. Oh, it didn't attach because I have it on window mode. My bad. Trying to attach it to, there we go, now it did. Now you see that I have two tabs because I pulled something out from somewhere else into this viewing window. There we go. So just a little tip trick that hopefully will help you with your future presentation skills. And like I said earlier, always have a device on the side logged into your own session so you can see what they're seeing, and you can go, oh wow, all they saw was like the first page, and I went 5 pages and it didn't update. So that's how you do that. And I see that that looks like Terry has joined us. Thank you for joining us, Terry. So during this meeting, actually, we've been sharing like our silver linings of what things we've overcame and what new things that we learned about ourselves and our students. So if you'd like to share, and just right now when you came in, we were showing videos that Valerie's organization created to help showcase workforce development. And I just shared a little tip on how to make better presentations when you're trying to present video through Zoom. But if you'd like to go back to the recording, Bonnie had a fun story about mice and also other things she learned. So would you like to share something with the group here? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's been a trying semester, to say the least. It's been a trying semester. We've been virtual since August. So I've been using just PowerPoints, and I do PowerPoints 2 days a week, and I cook online 2 days a week, and just kind of do some demos. So yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah, well, let's say the end of 2020, and let's welcome 2021 with open arms. So that's great. Thanks for sharing that. Valerie, actually, did you had another video you wanted to share with us? Did you, Bonnie, Judy, does everyone want to see that other one as well? And you wanted to try it with the new knowledge you just gained?
Yeah, if everyone's interested, I'm happy to share. It's the one that I was talking about that I think would be cool to do for hospitality and culinary, where you are kind of walking through and getting to see all these different people and their jobs, and showcasing like salaries, skills, and career progression. Does everyone want to see that?
Yeah, and by the way, Valerie, you posted a message in chat, but it was directed to me. Did you mean it for did you intend it for the whole group?
I just didn't know if you wanted me to share again or not, so I just sent it to you in case you
cool. Yeah, just want to make sure that. So yeah, let's go ahead and share it, and let's make your window small.
Is that better?
Yeah, get rid of the white space on the bottom, so shrink it vertically, and then that'll probably help out even more. There we go, perfect. That should come out really good.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna stop sharing actually really fast because I don't think that I clicked on. Oh no, I did have computer sound. Okay, I apologize. Okay, here we go.
Hi, my name is Wilson, and I've been working in the hotel and accommodation sector for the past 5 years. I'm on my way to work, and let me show you what I love about my industry.
Morning, Wilson.
Hey Joe, how are you? Meet my new friends. They're here to find out more about what we do.
Hi, I'm Joe. As a concierge staff, it's part of my job to make our guests great first impression.
I see. Let me bring you in. Hi, Atika.
Hi, Wilson.
How are you?
Nice seeing you here. Definitely not checking in today?
No, I'm not. Why don't you share with us what's your job like daily?
As you know, concierge being the first point of contact, we create the experiences for our guests. So other than that, other than check in and check out, we introduce places, also suggest dining options around the area.
What makes your job so fulfilling?
What I love is to smile in the faces knowing that they actually enjoy their stay.
You're definitely passionate about your job.
It's all about the passion.
Joe, where are you going?
I'm heading to level 7 to send a parcel for guests.
So other than sending the parcel, what else is interesting about being a concierge staff?
Okay, as a concierge staff, yeah, you have to make a reservation for guests. Let's say like a restaurant, tour, and some transfer for guests.
So Joe, what does it take to be a good concierge staff?
Okay, to be a good concierge, firstly, we must make our guests feel like they are at home. Secondly, yes, you must be well groomed.
I see.
That's very important. Okay,
Alright.
See you soon.
See you, Joe. Take care.
Hey, Wilson.
Hey, Kenneth. Wow, they smell yummy, man.
You know it's not for you, right?
I know, just joking. So you'll be preparing for the event tonight?
Yes, that is right. Other than arranging for meeting packages, we also have to give what our clients pay for.
So I guess you're the person to talk to if I'd like to organize a huge event like my wedding?
Yes, I'll be happy to assist with any event inquiries. We'll need things like your program flow, your setup, your dietary requirements of your guests.
Wow, that's so impressive.
Sorry.
Oh, Alicia, what are you doing over there?
Hi, Wilson.
Hey.
I will need to go to the office to get some props.
I'll come along.
Sure.
So Alicia, what have you been up to lately?
I'm working on an exciting project. We are rebranding the Aqua Luna.
Right.
How do you like the logo?
Fabulous. This look great. I wish I could design like you. Is there going to be a party for the event?
Yes, we are organizing a party for the media. I need to work with different vendors who specialize in different work areas. My job is to make sure their work comes together so the hotel publicity is executed on time and within budget.
Wow, that sounds like a lot.
I would say our hotel website, I can get real-time feedback and work with diverse group of professionals.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye. Wilson,
Hey Gaia.
did you receive my email?
I've been trying to read lately, but I've been so busy.
Not a problem. Anyway, I've confirmed the reservation for tomorrow's birthday party. You read the email, let me know if you have any questions.
Sure.
Coffee?
Let's go. So Gaia, how on earth are you so efficient?
No, as a reservation agent, customer satisfaction is my goal. My job requires me to get information and special requests, communicating with various departments,
Right.
and indicating into the system.
Anything else intriguing about being a reservations executive?
You know, getting to meet guest requirements, provide me the satisfaction, fulfilling my job. That's why I love my job, and I look forward to come to work every day.
It's really nice to have driven colleagues like yourself. I've been around for so long, but it's only today that I get to know of everyone. I feel like I can move to a different department right now.
Well, every day you can learn something new.
Definitely. So I love my job, I love my industry, and there are very few out there like mine. And I look forward to coming to work every day. Do click here to find out more about us. See you here.
So, yeah, I don't know if that was helpful or not, but I just think that something similar to that where we were able to showcase to students like how many different jobs are available within maybe even just one company or the industry as a whole, or I mean, I think it could be as wide or as small as you want it to be. It could be, you know, one small company or hotel or motel. It could be like a huge convention center, and then talking about how the food's imported from farms, like how it gets planted, how it gets grown, how it gets taken to the restaurants and things and distributed. I mean, you know what I mean? So I feel like I said, I feel like it could be as small or big as people wanted, but I think it would be cool to do it in multiple different industries and just showcase to students that there are just like so many different opportunities.
Yeah, actually, that was actually a pretty cool video for them. Surprisingly, you know, something like that had got 400,000 views. So it wasn't just like, you know, what you usually see, which is like, you know, maybe a couple thousand, which, you know, it's still good. But 400,000, that's like, you know, almost viral levels of. But that's actually the inspiration that you got from watching that video, and I think that's a really good way to showcase it, because it's actually very well produced. So that's going to take a lot of time to do it. But even something like, you know, that's like simpler than that, but showcasing all those different things will be just as impactful. So what does everyone else think? Rachel, you had some comments there. Would you like to verbalize that? So that's the people who are watching this video can hear your ideas. Oh, and Rachel just dropped out again. She's been dropping in and out, but I'll just say what she said. I'll just read what she said. I like your ideas and look forward to learning more about what you're doing. Oh, she wrote her email address, and oh, that's why, because she said that she had to jump off for another meeting. So, well, yay meetings! But thanks, Rachel, for sharing that. But anyone else have any other comments about that? I think that's brilliant, brilliant video, because like working in a hotel is more than just one job, or even in a restaurant. We all know that, but showcasing it like that is pretty cool.
No, you have a great vision. I'm excited. You know, I know a lot of stuff gets shared by the Oregon school district, or the well, the education system and stuff. I know we pull a lot of stuff from Oregon, but that's a nice vision. That's, you know, a great idea.
Thanks. I mean, I can't take full credit for it, because really it was talking to one of our culinary teachers, Wendy Bennett, and she was like, I wish that there was a way to, you know, kind of show them like a full scale, right? And so then I started looking and researching and watching YouTube videos and trying to find something cool for her to showcase to students. And I found that video and I thought, wow, what if we did this on a larger scale, you know, and really did showcase, like, you know, how agriculture goes into culinary and hospitality, and you know what I mean, and kind of showed how they interweave, and also overlapping positions and things that are available. And so I just think it would be really cool to do something. But like you were saying, that video was probably actors, and you know, 25 takes each little tiny scene, and things like that you know, I think would take probably like a production budget. But I do think that if we were able to do something like that, and maybe it's a collaboration, maybe it's, who knows, right? But I think that it's something that could be used from state to state, nationwide, and really be able to highlight to different students, like, hey, here's this. I think too, eventually, and it might be a little off topic, but I think eventually something like that too, for people who are wanting to transition, who are already in the industry, and they're like, well, I've been doing this thing, but I want to go here. And how do we transfer their skills and knowledge and help them fulfill a different role that's also needed, right? Instead of potentially losing them out of the industry. So yeah, I just think that there's a lot of room for opportunity and growth.
Yeah, and I you know, obviously, you know, they put a lot of production value. It's from Singapore, so they have a lot of money to throw. But even, you know, even something you know, that takes 1/10 of that idea will be super effective. And like what I tell people when it comes to video production, go for simple. You know, it's better to do one simple version and then build off of that than spend a year on building the perfect version. Yeah.
I know. I've been searching for something where you put the words on. So when you say 2 cups, at the National FCCLA conference, some of the college educators had the information written as they would say something. And I didn't know if that takes major, I mean, does anybody know of a simple way to put words on? Rather, I mean, those were really nicely written, but just a simple something, so that, because I also have a lot of, I mean, I said that we have a lot of diversity, but you know, if they don't understand when I speak English or something, but they can read it, or, you know, understand it a little bit better. Even if they speak English, they might not understand what I say. It's nice to have the words on there too. Does anybody know of a simple app to do that?
Are you using your phone, or are you using your computer to record and edit?
My phone.
So there is an app, there's an app that I haven't used yet, but I just downloaded last night, called Over. It looks like this, Can I?
No, a circle. A circle. Okay.
It's just this yellow with a white circle. But there's
Over-
that.
OVER.
Yep, OVER. Yeah. Where you're supposed to be able to just do that same thing, just put text over a video. I haven't used it yet, but the little tutorials that I saw seemed like it was pretty easy to use, but maybe somebody else has something else they're already using or have knowledge about. But I was looking for a similar solution.
All I could say is I haven't tried anything yet. I tried using Animoto, and it was okay. And also Adobe Spark has some good tools that are free that does stuff like that, but you have limited abilities to customize it. I'm gonna try that because the way I do it is I'm classically trained on editing suites, going all as far as back as like oh gosh, I can't even think of the name anymore. Back in the 90s, whatever that platform was called, the only one. But using the all the different high-end studio version, and it takes a lot of work actually just to put text on the screen. It's something you like just want to do, throw it on there and then have it kind of appear and disappear. And you got to throw a lot of animation elements. You got to do bleeds and transitions and transparencies, and I mean I could whip it out pretty quickly, but it's still pretty involving. but yeah, I want to try that because I want to do something simple, but without bringing out my editing suite. So thanks for sharing that actually, because I've been looking myself because I just want to like crank something out in like 10 minutes rather than an hour, for a 2-minute video or something like that.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet either, but since I went and filmed at one of our industry partners today, I was hoping to do something similar, like put their names across or just really simple, not in-depth things, but just to make it a little bit better. And so that was one of the things. And then there was another one, but it looked like it was more for photos, but it might help if you guys are doing like marketing things or catering things. Is called Facetune 2. And that one you can change like the whole background behind you or your color of your shirt or lips or whatever. You can change things really fast, and it has like a bunch of different pre-settings. So that might also be
Facetune 2. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. And if you're trying to do text over pictures, which maybe you're not doing for this, but if you wanted to, there's an app called Text with the number 2 and then PIC, PIC. And that one I use all the time for different marketing stuff for our school. So
that was text number 2 PIC. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like sorry.
Cool. Well, it has a lot of, it's only $5 and it has a ton of 5-star reviews, so it must be good.
Yeah, so sorry, this is the other one that's for photos, but it's just like a T, but
yeah, I mean, so like, well, I mean, there's like a lot of sites that you can do it for free on the web, like, meme generators. If you think of meme generators, that's a way to put text over pictures. And I've done that before, and so just actually just search for meme generators, and because all meme is a picture with text over it, in very bold letters typically. So yeah, but doing something simple, I want to find the right tool, and free if possible, but I don't think you can find anything free that's any good. That and time, it takes time to explore all these different tools, and there's like a new one out every week, it seems like.
yeah, and there's another one too for photos, because photos are made up just like of little tiny dots of color, right?
Yep.
And so every time you're manipulating or expanding or contracting, it can mess up. But there's an app called Lightroom, and instead of manipulating the photo itself, it does like layers, and each one you can like remove or add, and it doesn't damage the photo itself. And so that's also a good one if you're trying to edit on your phone.
Cool. That's actually one made by Adobe, I think. Yeah, and that's actually prosumer tool. So it's like pro, but it's a consumer tool, but has some pretty advanced features. That's a good one, actually. Great. You know, so this session has
this photo room one. I took a picture of my granddaughter pouring some coffee, and then you can. So I had kind of a messy cupboard behind her. And I was able to remove that and just have her. And that was a free app. You can buy more and have Pro on it. And then you can put backgrounds behind it. So I did some other pictures of her in a dress with the Eiffel Tower behind her and stuff. But that one, and then you can take it and put it into your rooms and stuff when you're doing something. I mean, it has a bunch of magazines and everything too. Probably a little bit more for fun, not the.
Yeah, and there's something similar like that on the PC that does the same thing. So you can just upload any of the photos that. So it's, you know, when you're working on your laptop, because sometimes you can't get it on your phone and you want to do it vice versa. So you know, one's good for the other. It's called remove.bg. So instead of .com, it's .bg, and that's absolutely free as well. And you can do that to any photo. Yeah, so lots of great tools. So our end of 2020 session has become a wonderful, valuable meeting on tips and tricks and tools, which I think is fabulous, because it's great that we share stories, but we can always still learn even more, and I'm learning more stuff. You think, oh, I've learned enough last week or 2 weeks ago. Oh, I learned something new this time, and I'm gonna learn something more next time. Actually, our last session was really awesome because somebody had a really great idea of coming up with a way to sell food to the public, and they oh gosh, I wish I wrote it down now, because now I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But it was basically okay, now I remember. He did a Christmas subscription service. So for like, I can't remember, something a week for the staff. So he did this for the staff of the school. The kids would make a dessert and then deliver it to the classroom. So it's like a fundraising subscription service. So they pay like a certain amount, and they get a different item every week, like a baked good. So you don't know what it is, but it's like, but one day it might be muffins, another day it might be cookies, another day it might be something else. And so it's like, so it's a combination of like that whole like Blue Apron or something like that. So I thought that was a brilliant idea, and to expand on that. So they did that for the holidays up till this week. And actually, they started it the day after last week's meeting, and so that was 2 weeks ago. So they should be finishing up this week with that. So can't wait to see how that came out. But I thought that was a great idea as well. So something new I learned too. And I think fundraising is such a big issue right now with trying to get everybody, because you can't do what you can normally do before, which is sell to the public. Cool. So more tools and tips that I could use on my phone. Yeah, and anything to make our lives a lot easier to make videos, because that's going to be the key to connecting with our students, besides gamification, but that's a whole nother issue right there. Awesome. Photo room. I'm trying to think, there's something else that I've used recently, but I can't recall exactly. Any other tips, tricks, comments, things that you'd like to share? This has been a great session. I really like to thank you all for coming on this this last meeting of 2020, but we might have one more for during the break. So we'll call it the holiday special. Anybody?
No, I thought it was great. And I just put in the chat the link to Free Agent PDX, that YouTube channel, because that's where all of the different little like 2-minute snippets of different careers and like companies we're gonna go and tour and make little videos is gonna be all hosted if anyone's interested. So
Great, thanks for sharing. Yeah, and I'll put that in the next newsletter as well when I email it out. I haven't been keeping up with that as much as I've been this past semester, this past quarter. Apologize. So great. All right. Well, so with that being said, I'm probably gonna schedule a meeting in 2 weeks just to have it. And if anybody shows up with eggnog or without, that'd be great. I think it'll be a lot less stressful with meetings and things like that. And you've had a week and a half to relax at least, so it might be better. But if there isn't anything else, this has been a great hour-and-a-half meeting. I'd like to thank you all for participating and sharing all your wonderful thoughts and ideas and your stories, because I think the stories really resonate with us the most, because hearing what you've done and what you've learned and what you've succeeded at really gives us hope and inspiration, and really and some really wonderful ideas as well. And as we collectively come together and build on those ideas, I think by the end of 2021 school year, not the whole year, we're going to have some incredible things that are going to come from this pandemic that will really change the face of how we teach forever, and how the students learn, and all for the better. I think it's going to be a good thing for everyone. We're gonna have to do a lot of makeup work, but we come out of it with new skills that will help accelerate that. And for me as a technology person, I'm excited because these are technologies that I've wanted people to really embrace, but we've just, frankly, with our busy lives, never had a chance to do that until we had to all of a sudden shut down, slow down, and reevaluate. And that's probably the best thing that's happened out of this, is that it's shaken us up to that we had to embrace the things that really we were honestly like intimidated about, because it's learning a new skill, and we all like our habits, right? So yay for the shakeup. And we made it. So light is at the end of the tunnel. All right, well, thank you again. I really appreciate your comments and your praise. Thank you, Bonnie, for saying that earlier on. I don't think of myself as a rock star, but I do my best. And I hope that those of you who are watching the video, comment, like, subscribe, and enjoy this session here. And I'll see you guys maybe in 2 weeks, but maybe actually the next meeting is actually scheduled for January 3rd officially, right after the New Year's. I might change that depending on the feedback. So the first week after school starts, maybe I'll give it another week before we get into our meeting. But see you in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. So bye now.
Thank you. Good to see you all.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for sharing.